Did you know there's a desert in Maine? That's right. The state of Maine has a desert formed back in the 1800s during a drought. It was farmland. The goats and the cows chewed it all up. And underneath was a lot of glacial sand, forming a desert. Now, the last time I was here was like 12, 15 years ago, and you were able to have a little like ride on a buggy, you drive around, but it looks like that is no more because the desert is actually shrinking at a pretty fast rate. Nature is retaking the place, which is kind of cool, but they're not like stopping nature from reclaiming the land.
Dude, this is a desert.
Welcome to the desert of Maine. So yeah, as we can see, the land is creeping back in on the desert, but there's still a whole lot of sand, and you can actually feel the heat coming off the sand. This is, I believe, the hottest location in New England. Temperature-wise, I think it has the hottest recorded location in all of New England. And we're in, of course, Maine, in the northern part of Maine. Check out that camel. No riding the camel. No riding the camel. So currently it looks like it's a walking tour now, whereas before you'd drive around, which was years ago. I don't know when they switched that over, but there's also a little mini golf place. And but man, woo, that sun beaming down. Woo, that is something. All right. So lots of little signs to read when you're here. I do like the aspect of going for the walk around the outskirts of the sand dunes. That does give a little more personal experience of experiencing this type of thing for sure. But yeah, I can feel the heat coming from the sand. It's unbelievable. All right, believe it or not, look at that, 1938. And as I was telling you about those trolley rides around the park, there you have it, right there. That's what they used to. I couldn't imagine what this place must have looked like back in those days. Must have been a lot less trees. Yeah, I couldn't imagine, because like I said, they're letting the place grow in naturally. So, you know, it's just got that weird vibe. It's got like, oh, there's all these trees on the outskirts, but then in the middle there's a lot of just sand, which kind of looks like a glorified sand dune. Still pretty high. You can feel that dry heat, and then every once in a while the wind blows through here, pushing the sand around. All right, and kind of explains to you how when the wind kicks through and how it picks up the sand. Just for a fun little thing here. Look at this. Look at this drop off. Look at that drop off right there. Oh man, that is a long way down. There's a lot of sand. Yeah, pretty cool place. I have to admit, didn't take too long to get here. Jump on the highway, check things out. Of course, you got to pay to come in. But we got the full park pass, so we got that mini golf in there as well. That's brand new, the mini golf. Oh, the Spring House. Once a very popular spot. 5 cents for that spring water. Buried and forgotten in the sands of time. Right now, I guess they're working with archaeologists to unearth it again. Pretty neat.
Drop sea and any number of ailments. In the 1850s, the constellation of 12 villages had emerged across 20 states. By 1930, the country built 2,000 hot cold spring resorts.
Cool.
I don't know if we can. We have to read the signs. Okay? Hey, is it down here?
Look at that. So there's the natural spring right there. And that's something. Look at that. The old wooden barrel. They got it capped off. The rocks.
Yeah, look, there's the big barrel.
That's right. That's pretty cool. I wouldn't want to drink out of that now, though. Currently, I don't think we're going to pay 5 cents to drink out of that. I think I'll pass. Maybe Poland Springs water pulls its source from here. I don't know. No, I don't. Man, they probably do pull some groundwater from here, Poland Springs. All right, so there we have our little stone face in the wall there that probably dripped out all that spring water. Looks like they're still working on this area. Got the keep out sign. Yep, I can definitely see this as a work in progress. Probably someday they'll make this into something super nice. Little outdoor nature review. Whew. All right, on to the next sign, back into the heat. So glad I wore my sun hat today because it's a nice 80 degrees out here, but probably feels like 90 here. Got some fake sheep. This is what started it all right here, the fake sheep. Decline of an era.
Right? I feel like we're in Texas.
Now, I've never been to Texas. No, I shouldn't say that. Never been to Arizona. I've been to Texas. But I could imagine this dry heat. Of course, it's not 100 degrees plus. I could imagine this is what Arizona must feel like. I don't know how people live out there. I do like that mix between the kind of like the pine trees and spruce trees, and you got all the sand. Kind of explore at your own. Read the signs along the way. Man, look at that. Crazy. Got a little timeline here of how everything came to be. Sand dunes, buried trees. Yeah, I do find it quite fascinating to see like the edge of where all the sand is and how then the forest is that I find interesting. How the trees and the woods or whatever is reclaiming all of the sand dunes. You know, maybe in another 50, 100 years, maybe even less, there might nothing left. Might nothing be left here, I should say. Yeah. Now, it looks like they're adding attractions to this location, you know, to bring more people in, walk around. Used to just be kind of the desert, and that was it. Wasn't a whole lot to it, but looks like they're putting in a little sand dig, a little archaeological dig. That's kind of interesting. There's some extra little nature trails around here, which is kind of nice. So they got that mini golf course put in now. They're also refurbishing the old barn that used to be on the property, so that should make it pretty interesting again. Yeah. Some sand art. Now I'm in the woods. Same place. I'm on a well-groomed nature trail. It's kind of neat. I like that. Go from the hot, blistering heat into the nice, cool shade. But I wish there was a little more breeze. I'm getting to be a sweaty McSweatsta. All right, I'm gonna check out the story walk. It's crazy. Like, look, I'm straight up in the woods now. Nothing like getting out, spend some time outside, enjoying the nature. The sands of time. As time went by, the planet cooled, and so pierced got colder. The glaciers made the ice come through, the ground up through the mighty boulders. Sands of time. The ice began to melt as well, all around the world. Worried him. Pierre was swept along with the waters of the sea that foamed. Oh, Pierre. Cute. Cute little kid's story. Nice little walk in the woods. Learn about a grain of sand and how he came to be. Fantastic. Definitely trying to up the game here on the family-friendly entertainment place. If you like being outside and seeing some natural wonders, or not natural, but some man-made wonders and various other things, this might be something definitely worth checking out. Nature and its cycle. And of course, the end of the story, the forest will reclaim the dunes, Pierre will remain. Yep, and as we can see, at one point in time, all this was just sand. So it's just filling in. Pretty cool. Nice little kid's story about the dunes. The end. Look at that. That's cool. For sure. Good little story. Nice little walk through the woods. All right. After the story, now I'm back on the nature trail. They do have a lot of those information tabs along the way, which I am recording all of those. Feel free to stop it at any point in time if you want to read those. Yeah. A roadside attraction.
Oh, Daddy. 100 years old. This thing's 100 years old.
I bet. Got an old model. I don't know if it's a Model T or not, but it's over 100 years old. Kind of cool. It's like they're putting something in. Overall, I'd say this is at least a good hour walking around this property, reading all the signs. It's hot though. Definitely want to bring a bottle of water. Need some of that quality H2O right about now. Whew. As the wind blows through here, I feel like I'm on Tatooine. Beep, boop, 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 boop. Star Wars. I'm in a desert. Where's Jabba the Hutt's palace? So next time you're in Freeport, Maine, you might want to just check out the desert of Maine. As always, like, comment, and subscribe. Check you all later.